It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marksman basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hello and welcome to this week's Greg Hollinden Show. Coach, last week you played Carrollton and you came out a 51-37 winner at Carrollton. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, good to get the win. Needed it, both for morale and just for the sheet for the year. I don't necessarily think we played our best, and our kids would probably even more harsh on themselves than me after the game. But it was good to get a win. We celebrated the win. We felt good about it. We had a great weekend too with practice and doing some youth stuff. So it was nice to build on that and kind of go into this week with a little bit more upbeat. Regardless of any kind of win, it changes things and gives us almost like a monkey off our back a little bit here, and we're able to kind of go to that next phase of growing the program and growing those kids skill-wise and stuff like that. So it was good to get the win. Unfortunately, the team that we beat isn't really anything like the next two teams we're playing this weekend, but we were able to do that and get that win and kind of go forward.
I was looking at your schedule you got left, and you've got quite a good schedule: Southridge, Pike Central, Heritage Hills, North Posey, and Boonville. Yeah,
it's brutal at the end, as we like to say, kind of saving those guys for the end of the year, the past few years. But 5 games in the span of probably 17 days or so. So we're going to, finish strong and kind of get ready for that sectional schedule, playing multiple games really quick, and we're excited to get going on it.
And we're back on the Greg Hollinden Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Millie Brosper Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
And welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show. And we're joined by the sports director of Prairie County News, Caleb Lynn. How are you doing today, Caleb?
I'm doing all right, Mr. Milligan. How about yourself?
Doing great. You're a sports director at Prairie County News now. How did you become the sports director of Prairie County News? Kind of give us a background of what you did before that.
Sure. I graduated at an Indiana university, Purdue University in Indianapolis, and have been in, internships, including Indy Star, Evansville Courier and Press, and worked for different websites and stuff. And, as I graduated college, I was wanting to get a full-time job in sports journalism and was looking at the options that I had and in terms of applying and things like that. And I went ahead, applied for Perry County News, and, here I am, just a little over a year, a couple years here, and, still doing, still doing what I can to learn the team, still doing what I can to learn the area the best that I can.
And I know that Coach Hollinden's got a very young team this year, but what do you think about the Marksmen so far this year? And tell us about their chances in the tournament.
Well, I think with Coach Hollinden's squad, it's a team that certainly is a young team, as you mentioned. But their team is just real. It's almost like you're starting to try to build a foundation. And, with the group that he has, a very little upperclassmen, it's an opportunity for Tell City to kind of, play it the way that they want to play basketball, whether that's fast-paced, whether that's slow-paced. And I think they're still learning all of that. I think they're learning what they want to be as a team. And so, come sectional time, I think we'll see them at the best possible, the best possible way in terms of how they're going to play and the style of which they're going to play, just simply because, the kids on that team are going to have more confidence by the reps that they're given.
And, as I Coach Hollinden, this year people might look at their schedule and maybe look forward a little bit to playing Tell City. But I think in years to come, year two, they're going to look at Tell City and say, oh, God, we got to play Tell City this week. They're not going to think so easy about it.
No, they're not. And I think that, in terms of, this season, obviously there's a level of, Tell City wishes they had more wins on the board. But at the end of the day, I really think when talking to Coach Hollinden and talking to this team, they recognize what this season is about. And at the end of the day, that's, be able to go out there, play games, have game reps, learn how to run plays, learn how to understand the terminology that he wants to bring in his first year. And I think at the end of the day, they're focused on that. And, I think it'll be interesting to kind of see where this team ends up at the end of the season.
Well, Caleb, we look forward to many more quality stories of Tell City victories.
Thank you.
And you're listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosberg Communications. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at SWISportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the Greg Hollinden Show. Learn each week what's going on in Tell City Marksmen basketball. Brought to you by the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosberg Communications. Welcome back to the Greg Hollinden Show. And Coach, this week you got a double weekend. You play away at Pike Central on Friday, and then Southridge comes to town to Tell City to take on the Raiders on Saturday. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah. So Friday going to Pike. Our kids, we haven't gone to Pike in a while. About 2 years ago when we were supposed to go to Pike Central, they had a COVID outbreak there. We had to cancel that game actually for the year. So we haven't traveled to Pike in quite a bit. It's a cool little gym with a track around it and the big mural right down the side. I always enjoyed playing there when I was growing up, playing here at Tell City. But they're an extremely talented, strong team. And like I was telling our kids this week, they're in a similar boat, 3 or 4 years ago that we're in right now. And it's a firsthand, not a lot of coaches in a rebuild kind of get to show their kids, like, hey, it can be done. Look at this team. And we're going to go play a team that, had 1 win 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, then had 3 wins the next season, then made 10. We're in that same boat. We're kind of trying to do exactly what they've done. And so it'd be cool to play them. They're extremely talented, obviously. 1 through 7, really solid players. I would put them against anybody else in the conference on a given night. Obviously, they've had some big wins here. They've lost some close games as well. They're in a tough sectional, obviously, with North Davies and Heritage Hills, but they're capable. And I love what they've done with their program the past 3 years. So I'm excited to go there and see it firsthand and kind of get to know them. And then Saturday we've got homecoming night against Southridge. Excited to have them in and excited for homecoming night. It's always a special night any year that we're playing. Another solid team there. Coach LaGrange has got them playing just like when he was coaching Jeffersonville and Jasper back in the day. He's they're playing hard. I think almost all of their losses, maybe except one, have been under 10 points. Like they've been in every game. They've lost a ton of close games. They've won a ton of close games. And, they play that fast style, trying to get up in you, rotating guys in and out, subbing nonstop, that we've struggled with a little bit, but we've gotten a lot better with here at the second half of the year. So just 2 more good opponents this weekend. Same with next weekend, obviously, that we, have the opportunity to get better, show people we're working on what we struggled with in the first half of the year, almost like we're a new team, and, go out. Again, constant theme, feel good going into the summer. So that's what we're hoping to do.
And, while you were previewing those, I was thinking back to Pike Central 2 years ago, and I think that your analogy of them compared to where you're at right now is spot on.
Absolutely. I clipped up even some stuff and showed them stuff from 2 years ago. They're a completely different ball club back then. And, we're at that stage. So it's like, we have these goals. They seem unattainable. We're in those lull months right here in January and February where it's Wednesday, it's drowning outside, it's all rainy. We don't want to be here. But it's, if we stick with it and you listen and you follow our plan and where we see it, we can get where that team is there. I'm fully confident we could be a program just like that, turn around, going from, 1 or 2 or 3 wins up to a 10, 15 win program.
Well, Coach, good luck this week against Pike Central to Southridge.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And you've been listening to the Greg Hollinden Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications. We'll see you next week.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.